Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this online training session about how to take an order for a table of four. My name is Huang, and I used to work in a fine dining restaurant, so I'm pretty familiar with this standard operating procedures of taking orders. So for the step one, always remember, observe your guest, because you need to know when it is the proper timing to step in without interrupting their conversations to take your order. So it's good to maintain eye contact with the guest with a smile, because that's one of the ways to communicate with guests without interrupting their conversations. And when they look at you to give you a sign, you know they are ready to order, and that's the time to approach to the table. And when we approach the table, still have your smile on and keep eye contact if possible. The common questions we always ask is like, sir, madam, may I take your order, please? Or are we ready to order? It's nice to ask, do we have any questions regarding the menu, or do we need any suggestions, any recommendations? It's, if possible, always use the guest name, because that would be impressive if you can remember everyone's name, which means you really value them for coming to the restaurant. And then we can start with the suggestive selling. Usually restaurants should have daily specials, especially for fine dining. For the restaurant I used to work, we have like the oysters, gelato number 2 from France, and Spanish ham for 36 months. When I did this, when I recommend these items to the guests, they are not on the menu. So it's kind of added value for my service too. And after introducing daily specials, we need to introduce the menu a bit too, letting the guests know how the menu is constructed, how it starts with appetizers and then soup, and then entries, maybe dessert, and even drinks on the same menu. And then the next, it's taking the order, the main part. The first rule, remember, always start with the lady, because lady first. And we need to have an order pad with seat numbers, because you may be unable to remember all the items the four guests ordered. If everyone have like 3 courses, then you have 9 items to remember. And the seat numbers like corresponding to the seats, so the food runner knows what food should be served to whom, and use guest name if possible. After taking the order, it's significant to repeat the order, because sometimes the guests make mistakes, but they don't know about it. Like someone want to order chocolate ice cream, but they said, I want vanilla. And when you serve the chocolate ice cream, when you serve the vanilla ice cream, they're like, oh, I ordered the chocolate. So by repeating the order, we can avoid this kind of mistakes effectively. And also remember to confirm with guests how they prefer the food to be served. If someone wants to have the dessert and then the main entry, yes, of course they can do that. It's not suggested, though. And basically, that's the standard operating procedures for taking order. And let's talk about the wording and the tone a little bit. So always approach your guests in a friendly and courteous manner. Of course, it's important to speak with a clear and confident tone, because when you are speaking too cautiously or with a low voice volume, the Next, let me introduce some details. Like when we take beverage orders, we need to recommend the special drinks too, just like how we recommend daily specials. Uh, in the restaurant I used to work to, we always recommend a Negroni, which is cocktail. Usually gentlemen like this one a lot, and for the ladies we can start with something lighter and maybe sweeter. Uh, we have multiple drink suggestions, like a glass of sparkling wine, an aperitif, and if the guests don't want of this, when they order the main entries, we can still do a pairing recommendation with red or white. For appetizers, we always recommend an appetizer because the main course may take a long time for the kitchen to prepare. The appetizers include like some light salads or soup or soups. It all depends on guests' personal preference. For the entry and the side dishes, make sure you know the areas that you can add with side dishes. It's kind of upselling too, because the side dishes looks not that expensive, but when they add it together, they actually add a considerable amount to the bill. And we need to ask the guests whether they want to share this or everyone has their own plate. So for the dessert, when you ask for the dessert, bring the dessert and digest your menu to them. So there's a bigger chance for them to open it and order one. So every restaurant should have a signature dessert and make a recommendation on that. So this is my training session today. Thank you for watching, and here are the references. Many thanks to them. This is the end. Thank you for watching.